Beastmaster with Axis. I don't think that's a very fun time. I think if you went Necrotic Webs, I would actually understand it on jabs. It would impact this sustained player trying to go forward with your Pugna. That healing reduction is actually massive just by throwing a web in the middle of the team fight. It does help soften up these targets. But for Feeding Frenzy, I'm just not convinced. Again, maybe you don't have the easiest way of actually just jumping on top and locking in these Broodlings. And if you don't manage to do that, like you say you manage to at least build the pipe up on jabs, then suddenly these Broodlings with Insatiable Hunger start to be a real problem. Right? Like that is a lot of add damage onto your Spiderlings, and it just becomes an easy rundown for jabs. So I'm very curious to see how jabs in particular does. And this is something that I guess you share with Kukuys and Aurora, right? Where we're talking about Gabby on every team he's been on. If he has a bad lane on the off, doesn't feel great. As Gabby's starting nice here onto Maladish.
Maladish, yeah, trying to get himself to safety. TA2000 going to actually take stun and hold them back. Trying to get in under the tower here. Clockwork coming over now as well. And the Zeus. I don't know, I think maybe they could do a little fake back action here. I mean, no longer under the tower. If they had a deep ward here, this Enchantress would be curtains for sure. But it's just going to be a little bit of tag there at the bottom. How the heck did that even start? It started actually up here. Oh.
Still camping. I mean, they drag even Palos here.
I think they think he's further back, but they're already, they've already kind of slipped past them. Benefit of a larger map there. TA2000. Look, he's. Hello there. Alright, they're gonna meet up top. There's a little bit of a spar going on. Jobs trying to go in early on onto Palos and bang, but it's Q that gets hammered down. The battery assault way too much. A little bit curious. Obviously, it's Murta being a ranged hero there. She would have maybe expanded the gap a little bit, but they went all in on the man fight there, and it will be a first blood for Palos.
Yeah.
Oh no, and now a second blood maybe. I don't know. No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's a little bit a rough start.
Yeah, I mean this is the kind of pressure you're gonna feel in that lane though, right? Bang can just walk up and start with the battery assault. Oh, yeah. Gabby. Having a bit of a brutal fight all over the map right now. I'm talking about brutality. No, I mean that's literally it. Mid is pretty quiet. Job's getting beaten up. I don't know, dude. I don't know. All over. Yo way. Winning the CS war for now, slightly.
That he is. You'd expect this again in a melee versus range matchup for the Zeus. It's always going to be a little bit happier for that Zeus. Free poke, nice free pokes actually, and every single time that maybe Abed starts to consider a jump in, you do have that nice live wire facet, so you've got a little bit more damage flying out as well with that static field on hand. Abed's just going to have to be a little bit measured here. Rune control is pretty important. Neither side's going to be denying off early. Maybe 4-minute rune. Honestly, it feels like the 4-minute water rune is a kind of surprising one if you can manage to snipe it away. I'm curious to see if that's something Aurora will try to emphasize. I love the way Abing's playing top. He's just putting his body forward. Battery assaulting, giving Palos space, ensuring that the Luna's not under pressure. And he isn't. Palos is basically free farming. 10 to 6. You're not getting much out here from jabs. And again, we talked about this, but the off lanes are a key part for how Aurora and how Kukuys play. If Jabs does not manage to, hit some initial timings here, he's not going to be feeling good to create some space in that mid-game tempo that you normally see out from Broodmother.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it feels like Jobs is the one who's under pressure in this lane when it should be the other way around, ideally, It should be a safe laner who's suffering. But it just shows the power of the Clockwork, It's such a versatile hero. I mean, even, once you get up to like level 3, 4, you can start stacking as well with a Rocket Flare if you want. It's just, saves. The main thing here is, though, the dead shot doing a lot of work. There we go, Jobs, though, trapped in the cogs. He will get out. Q on the ball in regards to making sure there's a way out for his core. But yeah, the dead shot's actually being quite useful in keeping Jobs alive because, once the Clockwork commits with battery assault, you hit him with the dead shot and it creates enough space for Jobs to get out to safety, even when he's doing the cogs there. So It's all about Q though, having to keep his core safe. And now Jobs, will he be able to return the favor? Tries to keep himself alive for a few seconds more. He popped that stick. Oh, lost in the woods, are you? Gets run down.
A little bit curious as to why Q's playing so far forward on this Morta, especially in that position when Jabs is still kind of back. The lane is not really shoved against him; it's shoved into them. So they're in a decent position. Just sit back and farm. This is a lot of free gold and EXP for Palos. Our Luna again is going to be ramping up nice and fast here for the side of Kukuys. And a very strong start for Kukuys already early on, 2-0. Less than 1k lead. It's not really the biggest, but you've got this runaway lane for Yoe. You've got this foundation for Palos. The offlaners aren't doing too hot. Gabby and Jabs kind of slowing down, but at least your bigger core is finding something as Yoe is diving for this one on Abed.
Yeah, a little blast action, Gabby. Wait, up top the fight. Oh. Both sides are fighting at the same time. So Yoe rotates in then, huh? No.
No, he dies on mid. He dives under mid. And
oh, I see.
Abed...
I saw. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, they both died. Abed under the tower. Yeah. Yep. It's so active though. Every single lane is there's little skirmishes popping out. So it's kind of good that they both die though, right? He got the XP though. Yoe, he's gonna be quite happy, I guess. And Abed with a cheeky rotation down bottom, gonna clean up Jing.
Yep.
Almost
it's not the biggest
aware.
kill in the world, but it does help set up for Abed to start to roll around the map. It's been a little bit slower. You already have 6 up on Yoe, so he has that threat of Thunder God's Wrath in case anyone starts to drop low. And that is where things can start to kick off. Yoe is very good at reading the map. They're very good in enabling this Zeus to just kind of help kill off across the map. And Aurora have to be a little bit cautious. Bang is just constantly on the aggressive onto Jabs here.
Yeah, inside this Cogs, Q trying to get himself to safety. It's not going to happen. The Thunderbird's Wrath comes through just a little bit late, by the way. And Palos gets another kill. And talk about a free lane, though. You know, he is 3-0-0, 3.1k net worth, top of the bus. That's just the absolute thing you don't want to do is inject gold and XP into a Luna in the early game because of the way that glaives work when it comes to farming. It's going to snowball out of control. It's 6 minutes into the game and almost level 6 on Palos as well, but he's just had such a good game so far.
And I don't think the draft from Aurora really did them too many favors into that Luna lane. Right, again, the Broodmother just wasn't doing much from Jabs. Q's positioning has been awkward, to say the least here, in some circumstances on his Muerta. The only big benefit right now for Aurora is a little bit of shove onto the mid. Maledich turns up with a nice Warpine Raider, but not really doing much, although.
I'm going to rotate in bottom here. They get the clock block off. It's a kind of huge straw match here as Team 2000 goes down in the mix because Yoe comes across. Abed left to die now. And where the hell? Maledich went mid and got that Pine Cone Bro, like you mentioned, huh?
Yeah, he did not bother rotating in. He just stayed mid, stayed pushing the lane. He saw that TP from Yoe as well. Like, he had the vision because his creep was right in front. He knew the Zeus was coming in. He did not make any moves to try to support them down bot. We saw Q also just not be interested. Kind of went to secure his Wisdom Rune. And that's the end of that. Big sacrifices being made by Aurora for no real gains. I think the only person who gains is maybe Jabs. Like, his Broodmother's left alone for a moment. Things are coming out onto Palos if they want to try, but it's not
so
look like
far. He's so far behind on Brood, man. He's barely got 5. This Maledich play though, maybe he can get something done here with the summoner. It's a lot of damage. Alright. I mean, Q having a decent game then, despite his 3 deaths. And they bring down Palos, and that's going to be a 3 times killing streak ended. A bit of gold injected into this support. Ben getting some vision down. Let's just see who else is there, because Yahweh is coming up here. And all of these heroes don't really feel good versus Zeus.
No, they don't.
Especially a level 8 juiced Zeus with an amp damage in the tank. TA2000's here as well though. So the tower's down. Now reinforcements are a bit of a problem, but they'll go in hardcore on TA2000. Thundergod's Wrath going to come out now as well. Start throwing them right clicks, but guess what? He's right in the call, completely silenced. Wasn't entirely sure what was happening there. And Jabs comes through and smokes him with the help of TA2000. Bang going to get brought down as well. I don't know if it's because of the webs, but he seemed kind of confused. He was silenced there. It's like, oh yeah, the call, but like he just was like completely engulfed and it couldn't get out to the edge of it, and the threat was completely nullified there.
I think
did he get cogged as well? I think I don't know, it felt like he was super trapped.
He jumped into the cogs. He used his heavenly jump, and I think that's what I was going to get into. I think Yoey got a little bit impatient. He wanted to kill off TA2000 extra quick. He was worried he was going to start to pull away and the rest of the team would collapse. So he heavenly jumps forward. He tries to spam out the arc lightning bolt. Instead, gets caught in the calling out from Q. And that's a huge swing back for Aurora. They get a 3k lead off the back of it now. They get that top tier 1. Their own bot tier 1 is still very safe here. On Aurora's end, you've got the armlet flying out for TA2000. You get the early drums up for Jabs, who again, in conjunction with his feeding frenzy facet. These spiderlings will be doing quite a lot of damage if you don't manage to melt them. And you can certainly do some melting on them, especially while there's no pipe here for Jabs. But if Jabs manages to dance them around, micro them around well, which good Brood players know how to, once those spells are committed, you come back in, you insatiable hunger with the drums on these spiderlings, you are just gonna melt. Like, that is the big kill threat of the Brood. Her threat is just massive with this feeding frenzy. Even with just level 1 insatiable. This build from Jab, it's still going to do a lot of work.
Another thing is you can split the spiders away from you during the team fight, and then if you put them on like a support or something, the enemy team has to commit spells to kill them, which means they're not casting spells on your team. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like having an extra hero as a threat potential if you've got enough of them.
Yeah. Like it can overwhelm. And I think Kukuys have to be a little bit cautious going forward. You kind of need to buy Gabby some space now for this full Ags, right? You need that build up to come in. You want Yoet to get this phylactery, probably going into the Sanj Kaya, or maybe a Sanj Yasha is not too bad if you want to kind of be a
right ham on Halo solo, by the way. I guess Ench Creep was... What wasn't even Ench Creep, was it? It was just a camp that came in. But yeah, he runs down the Luna, and like honestly, I feel like, you know, now that he's online, he's level 8, he's got the drums, he's got the pig pole. It's difficult for Palos to play into this until he starts to get his items finished up. If Baskin is even online, he still wasn't able to take the fight. I'm not sure if he had it right then though. Maybe, because it seems like he's building into his Manta style yet. Yeah, all Aurora gaming at the moment, as Maladich doing almost Pugna-like work on this tower. They're positioning very good with the help of the Broodlings. The wolf
like
creep, quite a nice creep to have for the Broodlings nearby, you know. Yeah, the crits. They do like 6 damage.
That they can. Again, you have to be a little bit cautious from Kukuys about this timing coming out from Aurora. Jabs is online. He's going into that pipe, so the spiderlings are not going to be easy to just melt away at that point. And that's where the Brood will start to shine. You know, this key timing is starting to come together. Yoa, he just finishes up the phylactery. Again, I'm wondering if it's going to be just Kaya build up into Yasha Kaya, into some like the Aghanims, and it is. He's going Kaya first into the Shard, so he wants to have that additional damage, but no longer going for that old Manta build up again. We saw it post-nerf, it's just not amazing.
No.
I love how pesky Maladich is. Again, he just gets a Warpine Raider out, he's poking Abeng, he doesn't care about the Nether Ward, and he's just ensuring there's a lot of space to go around here on Aurora. TA2000 is just free farming, has his own Mask of Madness, not too far off. And they've got Jabs.
Gabi's just been hitting Ancients for the last 4 minutes, dude. I guess he's been taking 2 big massive stacks. He's just been throwing axes for the last 4 minutes.
That's all he can do. Like, he needs to get this Ags online. And Kukuys just has to buy that space for both their Luna and their Beastmaster to fully hit the spike. I'd say the Ags alone is not going to be enough for Gabby. It almost feels like he wants a either a BKB or one more durability item, if not a blink. I think either of those, any of those could help the cause here.
I think it's
At the very least,
worth
they do
getting
mention
a does that item even still exists? It's been so long since I've seen it. The Crimson Guard here. Maybe it's like a 4th item for the Beastmaster if it goes that late, or no?
it can be really nice up against jabs, up against these spiderlings. I just don't know if you have time to kind of farm it up. I mean,
Yeah, you got so many other things you got to be doing.
I like instead of a BKB, I think a Crimson Guard could work. So long as your other cores can start to connect with you. Like say if your Luna can start to connect with a Crimson Guard on you, then you kind of feel okay. Right? Because right now as a trio, like Zeus, Clockwork, Pugna, even though they have this potential to hookshot, Thunder God's Wrath, melt someone, they can't really find that. It's just a little bit too risky. Even if you add the Beastmaster in, it doesn't feel great enough.
Talking about hookshotting, Maladich getting absolutely obliterated here. I mean, it still takes a significant amount of the Eclipse to bring him down, you know? Such an interesting hero. And then, so 4 staff for Enchantress first into Glimmer Cape for sure, right? 100%, or... You go BKB even? No, Glimmer should be... Because they have this Pugna, they have this Luna, and they have this Zeus. I think Ench is one of our main weaknesses, obviously. This is going to be the magical damage. Something to soften the blow. Hanging around with jabs is going to be a good thing, though, because the pipe is going to be finished up, but... Yeah, maybe Glimmer's got a little bit less value because of the Zeus, right? He can kind of see people, but... I don't know if you're really picking it up for the invis at this point.
Not so much. I think the value in the magical barrier is worth it alone. Jabs just bled out his entire spawn Spiderling army without microing, so a nice injection of gold for Yoa to again go into that timing for the Kaya. A little bit of a smoke from Aurora. Just Abed and Maladich.
The Aghs is finished up, so normally they would look to try and take a Roche as soon as possible, right?
Palos?
See whether they
Oh,
get
he's
done.
been taken.
Aben getting going on. Palos on the other side. Aben gets his TP off though. Palos not going to be so lucky. And I would be quite frustrated at this point if I was Palos, actually. You know, I'd be like, yo, are you going to do anything, Gabi? Are you just going to... I want to hit Ancients now. It's my turn. Go and do something with your rags. I feel like he's getting kind of caught out quite a lot, and they're going to try for this Roche up top with the DK armlet build. You know, the armlet's out, so they're aware though. They're aware. Clockwork's getting it out with a flare. I don't think they can do much about this though. Another flare though, closer to the end. Yeah, it's up now, and then Zeus maybe could do something.
We could try. I don't think you can really fight into that without Gabi.
Oh, I meant press R.
Surrender it.
Like if he, when Maladich was super low there, it was like, it was an option. And they're going to scout it out again. No? Yeah.
Just a little bit late. A big win for Aurora so far. The side of Kukuys. I mean, again, I get what you were asking for there, Jeeves. I don't think you necessarily look for a Roche for off the back of the Aghs. You normally just accelerate your farm into your next major item, which for Gabi is going to be Blink BKB. Blink alone, again, it's not going to be the safest thing, but should at least allow you to set up for the Clockwork, relieve some of that pressure on Abeng and trying to find a target. Still, whether or not you can kill now is under question. That full pipe is now complete for jabs, and the side of Aurora are looking around the map for pickoffs. Could be able to catch a Jing out. Not the biggest kill if they catch him.
They do have the potential to go on this pyramid, but it's not the easiest setup. Jobs, look at the angle. Abeng going to be the first one to get connected on here. The Atos doing a decent amount of work into the calling. He gets exploded. This is the thing though, they're starting to get this really decent tempo on Aurora now. Like, they had a bit of a rough start because of Jobs' laning phase. But even then, he didn't actually die in that laning phase. It felt super rough for him, and he wasn't getting much out of it. But, you know, since then, Palos has only found 1 kill and another 3 deaths. And, you know, you got TA2000 able to push towers, you got Jobs able to push towers. And you got Enchantress able to kind of annoy the Beastmaster, stop him from being able to get anything done. It's just this momentum, like I say, it's a Mask of Madness plus Armlet of Mordigan is so much damage. You know, when the DK starts hitting those towers.
It really is. It's just and then the nature of this hero on DK is just, it gets a little bit too much out of everything. You know, it's a strength hero, but even as a strength hero, it gets its own farming mechanic with cleave and the breed fire. Like, this hero is just way too well-rounded as a carry right now. It's really not even be a consideration. Again, I'm still curious why teams don't just ban it as the one carry ban you'll make in the game. It's just a little bit too much across all. They take another tier 2, only the mid left here for the side of Kukuys. Map is starting to shrink. You get this Kaya timing up on Yoa straight into a BKB if you can afford it. We're still waiting for Gap to hit Blink. I mean, you need to get something going here. Sure, it's going to be a little bit difficult to fight into Aegis, but you are just giving this entire map away to Aurora in game 1 here.
I mean, they want to push the high ground. Not the easiest thing in the world to do with the Spiderlings into this mask, but with the DK there, yeah, he can easily stand front and center. And look at this tower; it's getting absolutely pulverized down here. Maladich gonna pop off the heel. You send this illusion, and look at it! Look at the attention they managed to pull with that. Pretty good, pretty good. It was a full-on proper illusion, you know, not one of these Manta copies.
Just trying
but
to
yeah, they just go in, they give it a look at this. They did like, I don't know what, like 4/5 of the damage on the tower there. Like, that's a pretty good poke, you know, without having to commit anything really.
Yeah. Again, you're going to be very happy right now on the side of Aurora. A 4K lead, you've got the map pressure. You know Kukuys just doesn't have play at the moment. And with these BKBs coming up, perhaps that's the point where you start to feel some confidence coming in for Kukuys. You know, Palos is still 2 parts away from his. You've got Gabby, probably just waiting for the full BKB buyout now as well instead of the Blink. And once you've got those options again, it becomes a little bit easier to play. You know, you don't have to worry so much about Abed. You don't have to worry about this Muerta as much for the calling as well being disruptive. It will snipe away the Tormentor here on Aurora's end and get the free shard after Maladich. So a little bit more, with even a Sprink being on hand, which is a pretty annoying ability to have to contend with. So you are very happy here on Maladich. Again, this game is just, it's not going to simplify for, I think for Kukuys you're going to need like 5 minutes of stability.
That was very brave. Well, just walking up there, but he's like, they don't have the damage. And that's going to leave some space for TA2000 to try and bring the tower down. Don't you just want to get close in here and just decrep this, bro? I don't know. He did actually at some point do that, so fair enough. Full set racks just gobbled up, no problem at all. Wait, actually, ignore me. They still have melee. I don't know what I was thinking. The hook shot down tight. I don't know what Maladich was thinking, but they're going to easily get him out of trouble. The calling going back the other way, and the reinitiation potential here. TA2000 trying to see if you can poke, but it's the end of the Aegis. So I think you just fall back. You've devastated that mid lane for now. And you know, the next set of items, the DK going to pick up a BKB. Not that it feels like he has needed it. And another Tormentor. Yeah, I don't mind if we do.
Get the freebie out of the way. Kukuys looking for some smoke punishment if there are any stragglers across the river. But Aurora has made a full retreat out. Freebie shard for Jabs of all people. This is massive when you've got the Feeding Frenzy facet, of course. So even more damage to fly out onto the Broodmother and her Spiderling army.
He's cooking here though. He's got the full Boots of Bearing and the pipe. And now he gets the Insatiable Hunger shard with the Feeding Frenzy, like you say. You know, Bang gonna initiate here, but Q just gonna go up to the high ground. That's a little bit scary, a little bit spooky, but he's gonna be fine just now. Holy moly. A little poop of the pants there. Now Jing, he's gonna get run down by Spider Baby. Surely there's no way away for him. So lucky for Q there.
Yeah. Very fortunate.
He immediately just TP to the fountain. He's like, I am out of here, boys. Good luck. Here's the calling, and you know, peace.
I mean, again, very fortunate that Jabs is around there with a pipe. Even just the He didn't get the active before Thunder Gods came off, but the aura was right on him. So that magic res certainly provided that leeway for Q to actually not die and bleed away some gold there to Kukuys. Kukuys, again, I appreciate that they're trying to fight outside of their high ground, trying to fight outside their base. They're going for these smoke plays. They need to take these fights outside. Otherwise, their objectives will just fall after, but it's hard for them to find these safe angles. Right, like, you've got the BKB up now on Palos. He's going back for that full condo we tend to see on Luna. You're going back for that blink now on Gabby as well. And Yo is still a ways off from his own BKB, but eventually will be up. Triple BKB timing's going to be nice. Aurora's not going to sit back and wait for that to happen, though. Smoke out for Aurora. See if they can find a nice opportunity here to start to dig into that high ground once more.
The angle's a bit weird. They've kind of like split them in half, and it's the softer kills that are on the far side here. Jing and Gabi. Maladich gonna go in, start throwing some rainbows of kindness.
Ooh.
And they go for the Beastmaster, the BKB gonna come out, turn around with the roar. BKB already up on DK though. BKB running on Abed now as well. The calling, doing a decent amount of work to take down Abeng on the side. Maladich is in super deep, but they just cannot do anything to this Enchantress. As he casually just heals up under all of the oppression. Ay. The Sproink doing some decent work there, actually. Alright, turning for Palos here. He has his BKB ready to turn into this if he wants to. The fear, though, into the Atos BKB to try and get to safety. Now the DK chasing down 3 of them. And kill off Jing. Easy right clicks, no problemo. And the racks will finally go down, even with the backdoor protection. Kappa, yep, there it is. A little help with the Spiderlings, gets the job done. And Jabs, meanwhile, he's been gobbling away at this bottom tower. So half health, so a nice point of attack next time. But the Aegis is about to spawn, 17 seconds. And if they can make a play to go for that, it'll be top, most likely that they have to take it though.
Yep. And you have the control in Aurora anyhow. Kukuys don't really have that much reach outside of their high ground at the moment. They are smoking around, maybe on a little bit of a D-ward and warding run for Abeng and Yoe. I don't think they can really punish anyone. I do love how that fight breaks out, right? Abed just rolled straight up into Gabby and says, hey, bro, let's fight again. And it's all a mess from there. While Maladich is just up in front, you know, just kind of copying attention, kind of poking Jing. That provides the angle for Abed to jump Gabby. A nice surprise move caught on stream live right now as the smoke will come out in Aurora once more. Into this Roche fight, this is do or die for Kukuys.
They're pretty well provisioned as far as vision's concerned, so smoke might be a little bit surprising for them. They know Gabby's in here. The drums. Upper high ground advantage, TA2000 trying to close in on Yahweh, but he leaps away. Little Mario jump. Bad, seeing if he can find a roll target, but no. And Kukuys, they're very much aware that if they lose this fight, the game's pretty much over. So, taking it nicely though, nice leap forward. He managed to get Q down this time. TA2000 will find the back line of Bang. Support for support trade right now. They go in a little bit deeper. Oh my word, the damage. Jing starting to heal up though. The suckening happening. They murder through this Beastmaster. Palos with the BKB. Man fighting up. But TA2000, can he hold this? Oh, it's so freaking close. But they will do over on the side of Aurora Gaming. And you know what? They don't even care right now. They don't care no Aegis. They're like, let's push a little bit here. Wait, what? What are they doing?
Shove out a little bit.
Waiting for crap out? Yeah, waiting for crap out. But they know that everyone's dead for a decent amount of time, so. Now the call is to go back for Roche. Abed probably would benefit from his assistance here. I think this is a safe play, right? Get the age. I don't know. Maybe they could have taken a full tower here, though. There was, but like, if you knew there were no buybacks, you would have been up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you have to remember, we're aware of the fact that there was 0 buybacks at that point. But
yeah, I think it's the indecision from Aurora that really hurts them there. Right? Like, they could have just taken.
It's a big cost there. Yeah.
instead of just shoving out the lane and then hitting jungle and then walking back across the map. It's just not the most efficient use of your time, but it's not
100%.
the biggest deal as well. They can still find this Aegis. They get the Aegis first Roche banner going, and now they're set up for that next push onto the high ground, and they can just look to clean up. Kukuys, backs are against the wall. Like, a lot of things going wrong there. They had to roar up Q. Not ideal when you have to roar up a support. You know, for Gabby, all of this investment in Beastmaster, and all you're doing with it is pinning down a Muerta. Like, I don't think that's a solution. I mean, the calling is annoying, sure, but don't you have triple BKBs? You've got triple BKBs, so what does that matter at this point? Like, it has to be a bigger priority target. You have to kill off jabs faster, or probably Abed. I'd say Abed's the most disruptive force in that team fight. TA2000's the most damaging force if you can actually kill him off with Roar, which chances are right now you aren't able to if he manages to pop BKB on. So your best bet is maybe just killing off Abed first, clear out this Earth Spirit from rolling around, from getting magnetized refreshes, and then you can start to try to whittle down on the side of Aurora, or, you know, isolate the support, kill them without having to commit the Primal Roar. Because once you commit that, I feel like the follow-up fight is just lost. If all you find is a support, that is not a fight you take after. And the only reason Kukuys even found a turnaround was that you didn't have BKB on jabs. So he just stood there and ate through most of the Eclipse because he didn't have his own BKB yet.
Would you prefer the refresher before the Shiva's Guard, or do you think the healing on DK is too much, Joe? Never mind that. They're just going to murder up Jing. A little kickback from Abed. Fortification. They got 44 seconds. No Pugna, no buyback on this lad right now. And meanwhile, they're taking tier 2 bottom just to kind of address the imbalance of the lanes a little bit here. At the banner, keeping these creeps perfectly alive. Thank you very much. Oh no, Palos goes in. Can he get his BKB off? No, Mantis, that's over, bro. Yeah.
Yep. That's it. Very dominant game out from Aurora. Kukuys looking a little bit lost. Just a little bit lost here. We saw again, like, their ideas in what they'd want to do. They gave a lot of farming.
Is it enough though, John? Do you think it's enough? What Cookies have? Can they draw this series out and take it to a game 3?
I think it is. I think, again, if they manage to play to their strengths here, they should be able to overwhelm and not allow the side of Aurora to try to scale up. But it's all down to how well their lanes go. I think you really have to maximize this really strong SF ET lane, and the potential once Natural Order is up to melt people is just massive. I like the sneaky little smoke Kukuys is trying to do into the top area of the map. Aurora are taking a defensive spot though. They're not looking to hold a high ground. Just hugging their tree line together as a team. And as long as, again, they don't bleed out here, they're happy.
It's an alt game. How many bounty runes do you think Aurora are going to secure? Oh, the counter smoke, by the way. And it's going to break immediately, and they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. It was like a 3-meter smoke, dude. Just like walked like 2 steps to the side and broke immediately. You're going to be very aware here. Abed's going to get this sneaky ward down nice and deeply, though. Yeah, how many bounty runes do you think they'll manage to secure in Aurora Gaming here?
At least 2. I don't see them getting away with more. Probably just gonna get 2, maybe 3 if they're quick on this river one. It looks like 3 actually, which is pretty big for TA2000. It is just gonna be 3. I'm a little bit surprised. Although,
nicely done here. A little bit of a flame break. Actually, haven't get forced out first. They take the stun first on TA2000. Oh, which isn't terrible. But that was scary, dude. They held so long. They didn't pick up the bounty. They didn't want to show because obviously the smoke had ended, and they had the vision here with the eye, right? So yeah, it was very sneaky attempt.
I like it. It doesn't quite pan out, but you know what? The thought is appreciated. That aggressive mindset is nice. Let's see if it will. You know, if they'll keep that same mindset as the game goes on. Of course, taking a peek at mid here first. Abed versus Yoet. This matchup is relatively fine. Maybe a slight advantage for the Pangolier here in comparison, but Earth Spirit we've seen before. Just throws down a rock, smashes it across a creep wave, and you're kind of happy just CSing this way for Abed. Again, Yoe should have the edge here overall, as long as he is very smart with his swash and shield crash. But the Earth Spirit shouldn't be starving too hard.
Yeah, it's very even in damage until about level 3, I think, for sure. You can just kind of punch backwards and forwards. There's a bit of a duel going on down bottom. Both supports very low. Up top, Gabi fighting off versus TA2000. And Paladin here. Who do you think is going to die first, John?
Between, you know what? Probably Gabi, maybe. Doesn't have chain yet.
He's toast, right? Yeah. There we go. Bringing him down, nice and easy there.
That is not the kind of hero you'd want to give first blood to, of course. TA2000 is just going to be ramping up. Again, he already had that early bounty rune start, already feeling good. Into this point, and this timing into phase boots, it looks like Radiance is not going to be too rough for TA2000. And so like you said, having the Bad Rider 5 up against the Timber Saw is pretty nice. If you see the chain, you can always save Flame Break to cut off the Timber Chain. So it just makes it harder for Gabi to try to get aggressive early on. And again, you secure yourself a very nice lane for TA2000. CS-wise, maybe not the best yet, but it will ramp up as time goes on. I think in relation to bot, and this lane for Palos, again, isn't too rough. There's some illusion plays you can get done later on for jabs if a value point and conjure image comes in. I do like that Abang is just constantly trying to use these spirits forward and use the right-click damage to zone out Q, but it's just not the easiest thing to do. And when Reflection's up, of course, you have to deal with that little illusion damaging you quite a fair bit as well. So it just makes it a lot more awkward than you'd want it to be. Perhaps level 3 starts to be where you can start to think a lot more on Kukuys about how to play, right? Like, you get the value point in natural order, perhaps, for the aura reduction. You can start to try to melt them with some raises if you line them right. And that's where things can maybe get a little bit spicy.
Do you go for the value point in natural order in this lane though, versus the reflection? Because kind of like as soon as they pop it, wait, hang on a second, they're gonna get Maladich, are they though? The flame break, dude! Timber chain forward, TA2000 is ready with a stun! Oh no, ankles have been broken. Gabi trying to go forward here, trying to find Maladich. He's gonna pop off the salve though. And that's going to be the end of my excitement. No, I mean, that was so close, dude. This guy is so good as a 5. I'm super happy he's on this team. Yesterday was just an absolute delight, and today he's putting on a bit of a show as well. Just so tricksy, you know? Yeah.
Malady has always shined, especially in his early days in EU. I remember watching him a lot on Na'Vi. Is one of the standout players from that roster. Certainly making it a little bit tough. A good stun from Jing to hold back that aggression at the very least. But you are getting a lot, again, from the Alchemist in that lane. You're starting to find a little bit more form on Gabi, so that's some good news, but you're not really stopping the Alch. I think the one blessing right now for Kukuys is Yoa's mid on the Pangolier is going a lot better. And this is to be expected for the Pangolier. We're building a nice early start in comparison to what you're getting here on Abed. And
yeah,
that is something you need.
Level ahead there. Timber Saw super low again though. They find the kill on the bot rider, but immediately TA2000 gonna scoop up this Gabi kill once again. And TA2000 gives zero shits if his bot rider dies in this lane. He is like, alright, whatever, just give me the gold. And that's his soul ring finished up now as well, yeah. Abed getting going on here. Oh my word! Oh, the jukening. Gives him the bottle refill as well.
Cool.
Bang gonna get taken bottom down, you know, a little slapping happening. And did he take a point in natural order? No, not yet.
Nah, I can understand.
I think it's yeah, it's awkward. Wait,
he trapped himself.
He did, but also he's still alive. So he put down 2 trees. Dude, that's a 5D chest. I don't know what you're saying.
I think
Yahweh's like, what's happening right now? Palos is getting run down, by the way. A cheeky Q rotation. Or Maladich rotation even. And in behind the tower here, they even managed to force Bang away. He was dealing with jabs. And yeah, Aurora Gaming, they got this aura going on, you know, 4-1, 2k net worth advantage at 6 minutes in the game. Jobs is all meted up, pushing in the tower. What the hell is this courier doing? Lol, TA2000 in here, clearing out stacks.
Yeah, getting free gold. And for Kukuys, the only thing going well is that mid for Yoa. They have to find a way to utilize this Thunderbolt, Rolling Thunder, try to pin heroes down. They're starting to lose space on the map. Of course, TA2000's happy enough to solo, although Gabby's reaching a point where he can't threaten. Bit of rotation from Abedo. See if he starts to land some stuns.
Oh, this is awkward. Jinx here though. Okay, gets a little hex action. Here's the Rolling Thunder we talked about. And Abed, is he TPing into his death? He doesn't want that at all. Maladich ready with a flame break. He's gonna wait for this Rolling Thunder to end though. He doesn't need to use it in the end. And Abed gonna be able to juice up with the full use of the bottle there. And maybe they can continue to take this fight, but Alben comes through the portal. Now Gabi, he finds TA2000 in the trees. Jinx super low, he's going to get magnetized up, will fall. A little bit of a consolation prize. Yahweh trying to TP out, little stun action from Bang. He turns around looking for the slap on Maladich, but he's toast. Alright, I mean, if you don't die more than 4 times in a lane, that's awkward.
Yeah, that standard's still well and truly there. 48-2000. That is still a very big kill for Kukuys for sure. I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
You do manage to collapse and get some punishment going. The fact is that you still trade for 2 supports on Aurora. It's not the best feeling. It doesn't really compensate for it, but it is something to even it out a little bit more. You know, it's not like you're bleeding out as much as you'd expect to here on Aurora. And you are buying a ton of space out for this Terrorblade off. Like, Jabs is uncontested down bot. He can look to just shove into that tier 1, take it out completely, work onto his pipe timing, and that's where things really start to get maybe a little bit scary for Kukuys. Right? Just the pipe alone on Terrorblade, it's going to be massive for Jabs to play with. And it just feels like they haven't given enough care to when this Terrorblade's weak. Like, the laning phase of offlane TB feels like its most susceptible time. They've tried to it's more of Aurora playing into that well. Maladich does get caught. That is a nice little freebie, but not the big one you'd want.
It buys space for TA2000 to get away, you know. He has money for Talisman of Evasion. Oh wait, hang on, they're going for a little dive here. They're having a little look. See, I don't think they can find him though, Payless, with a super long reach around. And he's gonna get Lewis. No, not like this. More TPs coming in or coming through the gate. So Jobs is a little bit exposed here. He's not quite aware of the danger, or maybe he is. He fully backs off. Just kind of realized no one was showing on the map, and he's probably getting ganked. So really nice map awareness there. Q gonna head to the mid lane, see what he can get done in assistance here, maybe.
Trying to soak up some levels as well into that
Falling
big
back
6.
for smoke after this camp, maybe.
Could possibly. 6 is still not quite up. I don't think these neutrals are going to be enough unless you get solo EXP here for Q, which it looks like he should be able to get, although he's not committing for it. Again, once that Kisses is up, you've got some good options and trying to take these fights now on the side of Aurora if Abed's on point with his initial control. And the Kisses should be enough at this point to really, you know, get the targets you want here.
Now. Maladich, Brown Boots, and obviously position 5 Batrider. It's going to be a little bit longer on that blink timing, but he's doing alright. He's about a quarter of the way there, 10 minutes into the game. He's just Brown Booting it with a full wand for this time.
Yep. Just gonna be a while until you get maybe more on your Batrider 5, of course. When we're talking about this being Q's hero, he would normally be in a decent path to that blink at this point if he did have this. Good stun out from Jingdo. Might be a freebie onto Maladich.
Okay, Gabi gonna commit for it, and that's gonna be a finger stack actually. Pretty happy with that one. Maladich, he's just kind of scouting out. He's trying to break any kind of gank that comes out here. They're trying to protect TA2000, get this Radiance timing finished up, and he is pretty close. He's about a minute or 2 away. A little bit slow on the timing compared to what we've been seeing. Bad. Taking 4 heroes at the same time. Bold, brave are 2 words that could be used to describe that situation.
Yeah, he did have jabs get a good sender off. It's just not really enough to save him at that point. There's not that much HP either on jabs, and it's not like jabs can run up without his pipe just yet. Very good timings here from the side of Kukuys to start to punish Aurora for playing a bit slower. As again, they're kind of just sitting back, trying to get this build up on TA2000, and it doesn't feel like they're really connecting onto this potential with Abed. I think he's going back for the Blade Mail, but we've had our support 6 for a while, at least on Q. We haven't been keen on trying to get that. Mind you, the control from Earth Spirit isn't that long, I guess, with the roll. It's not like the longest stun to maximize the kisses whatsoever. But you haven't really done anything on the map just yet on Aurora. Kukuys, they're only about 1k behind into an Alk game. That's really nothing whatsoever. In fact, you could argue Kukuys are feeling a lot better. Gabby and Yoe are past jabs in effort. Abed's bottom left with core. He hasn't had the most impact yet on his Earth Spirit. And Kukuys are set to kind of try to utilize the space on Palos to start to find a little bit more down the line. Like, it's only the Mask of Madness right now on our SF. But once you hit, say, the BKB, once you hit that Dragonlance, you start to feel relatively happy on that hero as well. You've got your own pipe coming out here on Gabby. And he does have the stacks to help clear this out. You should be able to have that gold now for that full Cuirass to finish up that pipe. So just more protection for the side of Kukuys, which is going to lead to an interesting back and forth with these opposite side pipe timings kind of aligning here.
Yeah, I mean the Radiance is online finally. It's about a minute slower than we would have hoped. But obviously that death had a bit of an impact on him. He can't really make any plays around about that. Jobs is still having a free game though. You know, he's got the Ring of Tarask in hand. The pipe is coming. You know, maybe these are the times they can look to try and take the fight back. But the defusal already finished up on the Pangolier. It was like it was super quick, by the way. It was like 11 minutes or something like that. And then yeah, Timbersaw, like you say, his pipe is actually finished. So that's going to be like a good 2 minutes before they get it finished up on jobs, right? No, maybe not quite. Maybe. Yeah, no, I think 2 minutes. So they've got this window now where they could maybe make some kind of a play, and they also, we talked about this before in the draft, have super good Roche potential. So maybe if they can take a clean team fight, maybe get a kill or 2, they could actually look for a very early Roche off the back of it into some tower pressure. We'll see what materializes. They end up with wow, that shovel's broken. Just have a water in.
It really is a little bit too much. Getting free water from every single time in the river. I'd say probably should change, but who knows if it will. 5 to 6, 2k lead starting to come back for Aurora, but again, you've got the Alchemist, 2k lead at 14 minutes. Not necessarily where you want to be right now, so just kind of try to keep farming up. You do have that Blink up in Maledich at the least, so Blink Lasso is ready. So that could be one way, if and when Aurora start to feel confident. Right now, again, they're just playing a little bit more into what we know Aurora like to do. Sit back, recover, build up, and just wait for an opening somehow, and just don't really panic.
That is the combo with the kisses though that could work out, right? The lasso into the kisses for you know, if you can kill off one target, and it makes it really difficult to try and help that guy out. Here's the smoke though from Gabby. I'm gonna go. What prompted this? Nothing really. They just want to kill off jobs, perhaps.
He's TPing out though. Yeah. Good read.
No way. Come on, bro. What is this guy? He has like a sixth sense, my dude. Every time he's like, nope, nope, no one showing on the map. I am out of there. It's you know, it's real position 1 instincts, you know.
Yeah, it is. And they've got a good flank now as well on this.
They do. They do gather for smoke themselves and go for a little peek and seek.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's
Oh, the Rolling Thunder's committed. Abed gonna roll away, gets himself an arcane rune. A little clipped on the side here. Job's turning around. They cut off this line. Jing trying to connect with his Pango. Not gonna work out. And look at this. There's the lasso. They start dropping bombs down time. Maybe he can get the Requiem to stop. And TA2000 somehow still alive and amongst all that. The pipe doing all the work in the world. They continue to press forward. Yahweh gets cookied on by Abed. The Magnetize coming out now as well. Yahweh gonna go down. They turn around, but the stomping from Abeng slows this up. Gums up the works. Maladich is a little too far forward. He's sitting tight on top of this chakram. Gets blitzed by Gabi. Now they go looking for Gabi though. They're right on top of them with the reflection and their cookie play. Abed with the slapping. The Radiance Burn doing some work as well. Goodbye, Gabi. I think you're... Wait, the stop cancelled up TA2000's exit here. But they don't have anything to kind of throw at it anymore. What a great team fight for Aurora there. Literally only lost their position 5.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
A little bit messy from the side of Kukuys. Having Palos just stand somewhat close to the firing line. Not the ideal. And this SF is not fully ready. It's just Dragonlance Bomb. It's going to need to be a BKB on top now for Palos. Either that or Lincoln's. I feel like your biggest fear is just Lasso. Maybe you get Lincoln's and a Manta. Just remove off the silences. And you're kind of happy at that point. Could be one way, if not a full BKB for Palos. 7k lead coming out for Aurora. And this time it's a very comfy spot to be in for this dire side. With the Alchemist. 8k 18 minutes in is a very safe point. You've got good farm in Abed and Jabs. They have managed to catch up. You've got Maladich working onto his Force Staff for even more disruptiveness on that Lasso play. And even a Force Staff up on Q. So a lot of ways of just kind of juking around. Especially trying to dodge out Gabby. I think the big thing for Aurora is if they can somehow isolate Gabby away and clean up everyone else before this Timbersaw can try to kill them off. Which is what happened in the last fight. If they can just kind of keep doing that, then you're really happy, because Gabby is majority of that damage in prolonged fight. Like, this Timbersaw is your massive issue. Beyond that, damage isn't fully there for the side of Kukuys. Like, yes, maybe ETSF together is an issue, but again, Palos isn't quite fully ready to always kind of try to gun for that combination anyhow.
It's quite an interesting movement there. They all just kind of went through the gate top, and I was like, alright, maybe they're going to go try and do some Roche type action. But instead, they're just kind of, they just don't want to take a fight right now, you know? It's just kind of, I guess they're looking for just like one more item on each hero before they can commit for it, or at least the BKB on Palos, right? Timbersaw with the Kaya finished up. That's kind of, it's kind of interesting. Roche will go bottom in about 50 seconds or so. Tormies will be spawning. So those are the main objectives we'll be looking at. But with the Blade Mail finished up, and almost has his BKB as well. I feel like nobody wants to fight until these items are on. You know?
Yeah.
This is a Force Staff coming for Batrider. Feels pretty good. That's another thing I was considering as well. The Hurricane Pike on the Shadow Fiend after BKB. And then, you know, if you are able to survive the initial lasso, you could maybe, you know, get yourself away with a Hurricane Pike. He went for Dark Unity on the Terrorblade as well, so he won't be getting the full health illusions either. Just checking. Finally. Got hold of Gabi, isolating away from the team. As you said, the stun going to come in. The Rolling Thunder, though, they're trying to connect up on this. Radiant's doing a little bit of work. It pops off the yeah, he pops off the Chemical Rage, getting heal up nicely. Jing getting slapped a little bit here. They throw it out. Maladich with the Flame Break back. Jing getting chased down the Radiance Bird. Finally going to do him in. Up top, Yahweh tries to TP out. Not going to happen. The Magnetize kills him before it can happen. Bang making some space away. They find Palos, isolate from, well, there's nobody really left to isolate him from. But yeah. Easy peasy. Killing it up here, and Aurora Gaming really hitting their stride right now. Another clean team fight victory for them. Did they even use the BKBs? No, 9-second BKB still available for the Earth Spirit. Alchemist used his though. So
I think it's maybe optimistic to gun for Gabby first. What you really want is try to take a fight with Gabby away. That's what I mean by isolate Gabby. Remove him from the team fight somehow. focus on
I
everyone
was.
else. It still kind of pans
it
out
was.
there.
It was a bit of a joke.
No, yeah, I mean,
because of what you
still-
said, and then they grabbed them with the lasso. I was like, oh, they could do something here.
yeah, I mean, it still kind of works because of how scattered Kukuys kind of gets in that response, or are able to make use of that chaos quite nicely. But they can't really kill off the Tim at this point. I think the Gabby's just a little bit too tanky, whatever, in a round. Still, you're again in a very happy spot. 7-13, 10k lead for Aurora. And we're starting to, again, hit even bigger items. Melodich now, after that Force Staff, is going into a BKB of his own. He's trying to get some scaling on the Bat Rider, trying to ensure that he can always get these lassos that his team needs. They will lose a bang on the Tormentor, but they will get the nice shard for Jing, so the sacrifice is worthwhile. Nothing of value is lost.
Always, always. With toxic, nothing of value is lost. Are you in my 5-stack?
That's what they always say, isn't it? Support dies, and
Yep.
yeah, nothing of value is lost. It's fine.
Yep.
It's not toxic. It's optimistic. It's
Well, they say that when I'm core, bro. What are you talking about when I die?
That's a different issue. Confused.
That's when it starts to get toxic. Alright, here we go. Yeah, easy Roche potential here. They don't have vision on the high ground, but it's not gonna be a problem for them. In theory. It's not going as quick as I thought it would though, with the acid spray and the what are they called? The corrosive weaponry.
Not quite. Still going steady enough. And Kukuys aren't really set up to try to contest anyhow. So you take this freebie. One side for Aurora. Secondary life for TA2000. We're going to be nice and set up for maybe a threat onto tier 2s. A lot of tier 2 still standing. A tier 1 still standing top here for Kukuys. So the map not really shrinking enough for you to be comfy into just a high ground run for Aurora. I'm going to have to be a little bit more patient here. Jing.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
he's junked. Just in the wrong place at the wrong time, this ward, giving them all the vision in the world still. What was he doing there? Just trying to find a little bit of gold, I guess.
Probably.
Anyway, no Jing for another 17 seconds. Abed doing a little scouting action here. It's going to come up empty though. A little ping coming out. We are enemies in our jungle, they say.
Start into that tier 1 top, and Jabs will get that done for the team. Also interesting to note, I didn't even get to point this out, Q went for Ricochet too. So you didn't go for full bore on a Scatter Blast, which is really interesting. But I think it has to do with how you want the position. But if you feel like you as a Snapfire is going to be a little bit more upfront, you kind of do want the short-range Scatter Blast for the max damage. If you're going to be reaching further back, playing poke, then full bore is a lot better, of course. It's an interesting choice, because I think we've seen full bore almost every single time now.
Yeah, I think so. TA2000, he sees Palos here, going to jump forward with the Chemical Rage. Remember, he has an Aegis, not overly concerned. The BKB coming out on Abed. The Magnetize will be following soon. Palos pops off BKB of his own. Nice play from the Elder Titan to try and make some space here. Pangolier rolling in amongst it, and Gabi there as well. Job super low. The finger actually going to find him. TA2000 going back into slap down though onto Bang. He's going to pop off a swan, but the knockback is there and the radius burn will make sure he falls. Buyback for Bang coming back at the fight. Abed getting melted just a little bit here. The stomp and neck not going to catch him. The Palos will do it nicely. Real disaster right now for Aurora Gaming. A really good team fight for Kukuys.
It's a bit rough with Jabs not having his own BKB.
They're still covering. Yeah. Also, that finger situation, I was hoping the pipe would be enough to kind of deal with it, but they were able to get more than enough damage on target.
Yeah, the issue is, without the BKB for Jabs, just relying on the stat resist from Sanj and Yasha, he couldn't get the Sunder off again. Right, he couldn't try to get a secondary life going. He ends up melting, so you don't have reflection spam coming in the middle of those fights. and you just kind of melt. Your damage isn't the highest here right now in Aurora. You are seeing that when they do fully commit for the run in. There isn't really damage to speak of yet on TA2000. I mean, he does have that full AC now. Perhaps it starts to get a little bit better. But there is a little bit of a pitfall here in Aurora in how they can burst heroes. Whereas in comparison, Palos still has room to grow in damage, and his damage is felt overwhelming when he's allowed to right-click. Going for that Daedalus that we've seen on the SFs. And that's when things can get really silly for that hero. 9-16, Age is still up for a minute and a half, but Aurora have lost some steam here. TA2000 going a little bit ham with his blink forward, but not going to commit. Just go back for the objective. And
well, they saw the ghost, you know, going back, the spirit. And they knew he was in there somewhere, but they couldn't quite find him. And I think you're okay with this, so just burn down the tower. And this is the first tier 2 actually, 27 minutes almost into the games. It's quite rare to see that versus Aurora Gaming, especially with this lineup. Jobs locked in for the BKB next though, as you say. If he can get that online, it makes taking fights way easier. Craggy coat for Gabi.
Yeah, that's kind of what you want from the Tinder, so anyhow, you don't care about the active slow.
No.
So extra armor is always nice. It's already very hard to kill. I'm wondering where the damage starts coming here for Aurora. Like Jab still has go back for BKB. It's going to be a Basher Abyssal here for TA2000. But just straight up damage really isn't there. Kukuys going with a nice smoke, looking for a flank into that triangle. It's going to be a very interesting fight depending on the position that breaks out here.
Well, it's going to be the one that's on the cusp of it. They actually are going to commit for this. Blinking on that back line. Can they find Jing though? That's the big thing. The bomb's dropping downtown. Nobody's dead yet except for Maldage. Goodbye Timbersaw. Okay, Gabi gonna fall. Maybe they can find something else. Magnetized doing a little bit of work, but Yahweh will go down. No Aegis. Not Yahweh, by the way. TA2000. Way more important. Jobs trying to go back into this. A little bit awkward because Palos' damage is very oppressive. The Sunder's there, but with the BKB up, he's not actually going to feel it. Q with a triple kill on the back line, by the way. Yahweh going to fall?
The hell happened?
What?
Got kicked around by Abed.
And isolated away from the fight, and now they can turn back in here. Jobs is still alive, bro!
Oh my god, Abed. Abed's just kicking them around. Again, playing some soccer here, playing some football, playing some billiards, if you want that comparison to get.
6 stone remnants used in that fight, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's worthwhile. Again, he finds these angles, he actually bails out Jabs. I thought it was a bit of a mistake to actually let TA2000 die. He had Sunder ready on Jabs. He figured, even if I Sunder him, we're going to be surrounded, we're both going to die. He pulls back, he manages to get the Sunder off on his illusion instead to survive. And it just baits the rest of Kukuys hit. Really nice dancing around from Aurora. Not the cleanest fight, mind you. Again, there's a damage issue here in TA2000. There's not enough output as well on Jabs to burst down. They had to focus everything they had to take care of Gabi first, which does feel like the smart target, even though it's a very slow target to kill. I think they just need to speed up their time to kill on Aurora somehow. I'm not sure what you can do for TA2000 on damage, though.
The Mortimer Kisses did a lot there. So maybe it's about getting Q to level 18. And then, you know, maybe that's helpful. You know, if you're able to pour more damage into the situation. The Abyssal Blade for Alchemist is about halfway there. Yes, the Basher now. It's a little bit of instant damage every time you right click potentially. And I think I saw a Quiver going out as well. Who got the Quiver? Was that? Yeah, Quiver on Alp. So a little bit more burst there as well. Maybe he's starting to get a little bit of momentum with that damage side of things. Maladich still working up that BKB situation. And a smoke now from Cookies. Palos is off he's off farming. Abed reads the situation. Crimson Guard actually in this game. Okay, dropping the bombs downtown. Killing off the Lion. Not the worst scenario actually.
Not the worst. It is a fairly deep commitment from Q. A minute 42 without the kisses. So again, that burst damage to deal with Gabby isn't quite there. Aurora, I mean, could just wait out next Roche. 2 minutes until that is back up. That should buy you enough time to maybe get this further itemization down to start to build Maladich onto his own BKB. Palos is starting to become a massive issue though. Again, Daedalus up now on your SF. So you can't afford to just ignore Palos in the middle. You actually might want to find a way to deal with him and Gabby. These are your two issues right now in Aurora. Gabby in a prolonged fight. Palos in the short term, if he's just allowed to stand and hit, will just delete everyone in this game as he has hit critical mass on the SF. And Aurora, for their part, I mean, we're starting to get into the point where you do start to gift Ags away on TA2000. And, you know, that gives him some bonus damage, some spell imp as well. Free Ags out for Jabs could be nice with a Terror Wave. Free Ags for Abed is really big in terms of just trying to get some saves out. And maybe on Maladich, double lasso could be good as well, though.
Trying to run away. Gonna get fingered for his trouble. I mean, it's a full rotation down there. I can't really justify it, dude. He's it's just like a straight up 1,000 gold swing. He was just kind of cruising. They see the AMP damage in the mid lane. Abed gonna scoop this one up though. Maybe they can take a fight off the back of this. There's not gonna be another. There's not gonna be Roche for another minute, and it will be bottom when it spawns. So they are in the right place, so to speak, on Kukuys.
It's very fortunate for Aurora that Roche isn't quite up, so they can just kind of sit back, wait for Q to respawn, have the kisses on the respawn as well. They're holding their position here on Aurora quite nicely. And they've got that BKB up on Jabs this time. So your SF shouldn't just be caught out without getting a Sunder off. Let's see what they can find off the smoke, though. I mean, if they win this fight into Roche, I mean, it's 30 seconds away. Chances are, by the time the fight ends, Roche will be up, and you can just go straight for that objective as well.
Well, they will see Gabi. They're worried that the Roche is happening right now, but nothing to worry about. There's a roll forward from Abed on the back line to find Bing. Bing. Jobs popping off his BKB now. TA2000 committing on to Palos. Palos is down. Now Yahweh, he's still rolling around the outside things. He's not really connecting anything. TA2000 getting a little bit low here. Is Gabi trying to commit for this. Abed got back onto Bing. Finally finding him there as the ult comes through in the meantime though. Q getting hammered by Gabi, but Gabi at the same time getting completely controlled up by Maladich and Jobs. Gabi super low. Tries for the TP out.
Oh no.
Nice cookie play. He's like, alright, I'll put up my my Lotus Orb. You can't stun me, bros. But yeah, they still get him with the cookie. Good timing. Roche is going to be up. You just walk on in there. Much time left on the Metamorphosis. Not really. It doesn't matter. It's more than capable of doing it in the meantime.
Yeah. Big win for Aurora. And this does set up for finally a little bit of a pierce onto the high ground. And just the angling, right? The illusion breaking smoke. It doesn't break the enemy smoke, so it looks a little bit awkward, but they find that backline straight up. They take care of Abeng, who has not moved since respawning. A little bit curious for him. Haven't seen that in a proper lobby ticketed game. Still not moving, Abeng. Interesting. As they will kill off Maladich.
He is contemplating what to do
He
with
is
his
AFK.
580 gold.
That is... I have not seen that, but Abeng is actually AFK. Alright. Fair enough.
His pizza is here, bro. What do you want him to do? You want him just to, like, let it get cold?
And a little bit of a chase top to try to compensate, but not going to be able to catch anything.
He's
oh, there
back.
you go. He's here. He's back. All right. Very nice. Very nice. I think even Jing was like, the heck is Abeng doing? Abeng? You know, you okay? You having a force moment right now? You know, everyone has force moments. In case anyone knows what that means. It happens.
He was still processing the team fight. You know, he's like, okay, and then this happened. Okay.
Yeah. Just trying to figure
out. Did he buy back there? No.
No. It was Maladich who
he
bought
survived.
back.
He survived the initial assault, right? And then because he was still there right at the end of the team fight, even though he was the first target Abed went on. They got distracted by the pretty colors. They're like, no, let's kill Palos instead. Okay.
I don't know if this is, you know, thinking about this Roshan, I'm not sure if Jabs is actually the person you'd want to give Aegis on. And if he dies with Metamorphosis up, I don't think it makes a massive difference to have a secondary life. You could maybe get some utility out from Sunder, but I don't know.
I think
if
it's.
that's a
I
really
think
good
it's.
call.
I think it's for being able to stand forward, and then also for Sunder after you spawn, after you
Could be.
respawn.
It could be the way.
I think also you can play a lot more fast and loose. Like you could go in with like way low HP and use that as an aggressive Sunder. Because
Yeah.
you know you're not going to get fingered, because if you do get fingered, you're fine,
Dire's
right? It's
top
like
tower
whatever.
is under attack.
That's fair. Could be one way to look at it. I'm still very curious as to who TA2000 gives his first Ags to. I feel like Maladich might be the best choice, but Jabs is also not too bad for, again, that Terror Wave. Having another Metamorphosis choice on hand is nice. Or Abed.
It's nice to have a team fight Metamorphosis. That's how I
Yeah.
see the Ags. It's like, okay, I can do a quick team fight here. I don't have to commit too much for it. Whereas I like to save then the meta for the high ground pushes.
Yeah.
Maybe extendedly fighting, pushing towers and stuff. It feels really good. I wish that was a shard though.
I think it would be way too strong as a shard.
Is it too strong?
Way too
Yeah,
strong.
maybe,
No,
maybe.
absolutely. Just a little bit too much. On the hunt, Aurora. No one from the side of Kukuys presenting themselves just yet. They are hugging top triangle.
Radiant's bottom
And Jabs
tower
is just
under
presenting himself, but again, with Aegis, I don't know if you really want to kill him.
it's
He
not
is going into Daedalus as well, which is finally a source of damage here for Kukuys. Just to have that physical burst access on hand. Bot tier 2 will fall, last outer tower gone, and Aurora now can start to dig into that high ground. Again, they've got the Roche banner somewhere, so it's not going to take too long here. Full buyout for Jabs. Daedalus coming in. This is where it can get a little bit spicy.
You have to be
See
careful in
what
your
the
pubs,
IDs
guys. When you're playing your Terrorblade 3, you get the Deathstroke way after Pipe and BKB, otherwise you get flamed, okay? Just so you know.
Radiant's bottom tower
You
is
do.
under attack.
Banner still up. No one coming in for the hits.
I think this is a mistake. I like the stomp. Maybe this is a way they can set up on this. Not able to deal with the banner. They pull the creeps away from the banner. Make sure they can at least kill them off. But slow range creep, making sure backdoor staying down for now. Rolling Thunder being prepped. Palos is finally here. Timbersaw.
Oh, Maladich does get the Ags. He has the double lasso.
Okay, okay. Alright, alright. I mean,
So patient. Huh?
yeah.
That is a Sunder.
Yeah, that was a Sunder, in theory. Huh. See, that would be a great type of Sunder. Alright, there's the double lasso, but actually only connecting on one. Gabi getting Abyssal Blade. The bomb's finally dropped down there. Espirito up to the high ground. He's being chain stunned. He can't get his BKB off. Gems on the ground. Job's trying to get himself to safety. Bang, gonna make sure the stomp makes him just get away now. Q gonna force staff himself up and away. He's gonna fall. That went really badly.
Yeah,
I mean, it went really well for Cookies, but it went really badly for Aurora Gaming.
I'm not sure what was going on there. Maladich did not want to go in for a lasso. Granted, they didn't have vision into the back line. It is a little bit awkward. That gem is still sitting on the high ground.
Ends up dropping Gabi only, and then the Sunder onto
Radiant's courier
no
has
one.
been killed.
What's the
Yeah,
bit of- they're on TA2000 by the way. This fight is there we go. Thank God you managed to get the blink away. Wait, no, come on, bro.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I
Dire's
think they messed around a little bit too much on Aurora. Losing the Sunder is very big for Jabs, like not having access to that. He doesn't have his level 25 talent either
Dire's
for that
has fallen.
10-second Sunder cooldown, which I feel like is the most sickening thing to play into. So you don't
used
have
to
that
be 8,
25
bro.
yet.
So
Yeah. I mean, it's still insane. Minus 30-second cooldown. So you spamming Sunder around is going to be big for him down the line. They get maybe a little bit too relaxed in Aurora. I mean, the game is still in their control. They're one racks up, although it's only the range racks, but at least one lane down bot will steadily, slowly but surely shove out. And that's something Kukuys will always have to keep in check. but they need to kind of take these fights smarter. I don't think, again, that was the ideal that we're looking for there.
They're also not
Perhaps.
as ahead as they think. You know, the 10k net worth lead, it's kind of spread across the team. So the both Timbersaw and Shadowfiend very close to this Alchemist. You would expect to kind of be quite far ahead. But remember, he did give an Ags away, so you kind of have to, you know, he's basically 5,000 gold ahead of where he actually is, I suppose. That's something to bear in mind at least.
Yeah, that is fair. I think I like the Swift Blink idea for TA2000. I think it might be time to think about, again, more Ags to come in. Ags for Jabs, Ags for Abed. I think those are your big ones. There's an argument a little bit for Q's Ags as well. I don't think it's too bad. Having that gobble up save play can be quite nice. Or some offense gobble up as well. Can provide some utility in how to engage. For Kukuys' part, I mean, you've got a Blink lined up for Gabby. He's got the Shiva's Guard recipe. Once a career respawn, should be able to get that done. You have Palos fully slotted up, going into what seems to be his Butterfly now. And has this assembled Morbid Mask to maybe get ready for a Satanic down the line if he can find room for it somehow. Smoke on smoke coming out. It's gonna be a big one.
See what Maladich can find here. Oh, his death, presumably.
Nice.
Yep. It's a bit of a problem. Palos going to get intercepted here, though. Timbersaw going through into that back line. Palos, he gets abyssaled. It's not quite enough. They're ready to break it. Double lasso connecting nicely. Nice. Palos super low. He will fall. Gabby getting burned down as well. The power of jabs and Q too much. And it just turns around so quickly. A triple kill coming through the end for TA2000. You can kiss the game goodbye, and oh my word, what a way to lose, man. You have 0 buybacks, 80 seconds on the sidelines. It's over. Like,
it's done. You can't stop this. They should be aware on the side of Aurora after this glyph fades. Onto the tier 4s they go. Jabs has the right idea. Not too long to respawn for your ET, but your cores, you're just way too far away.
Okay, the fortification again.
Yeah, they have the refort, but you're not buying enough time.
That's the last one.
They're not going to call, of course. There's a lot in the line. The hopes and dreams of the Streamer Club hinge here, but you can see from Yoit tipping Jing. The curse has prevailed once again, although Jing will try by himself, but nah.
He will die. Jing will try and die. The GGs come out, and oh my god, dude, it feels so bad. They're just, Cookies, man. They just need to be a little bit tighter in their gameplay, and they're just going to be, like, actually a decent, like, you know, a decent stack here.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say they're all